What if I told you that the ultra-rich play a completely different game than the rest of us? Not just a few strategies here and there, but an entirely different rule book, one they never talk about, one they don't want you to find. See, the wealthiest people in the world don't just work harder. They think differently. They move differently. And they hide in plain sight. They don't show off their real secrets in flashy Instagram posts or viral success stories. The truth? Most of their power comes from decisions they made quietly, intentionally, long before the world noticed them. And in this video, I'm pulling back the curtain. These aren't the typical save more money or cut your daily coffee tips. These are deep, strategic mindset shifts, the kind of secrets that separate people who survive from those who dominate. But here's the catch. Once you hear them, you can't unhear them. You'll start seeing the world differently. You'll question what you've been taught about money your entire life. And if you act on them, you'll never look at your bank account the same way again. Let's dive into the first secret, and you'll see why the rich play a game most people don't even know exists. Secret 1. They see money as power, not paper. Most people chase money as if it's the prize, the goal, the finish line. But for the ultra-rich, money is just a tool, the lever, the weapon. They don't trade hours for dollars. They trade ideas for influence. They don't ask, how much does it pay? They ask, how much power does this give me? While the average person saves to feel safe, the rich invest to feel in control. This is the first secret. The ultra-rich don't just want money. They want what money gives them, freedom, leverage, and the ability to bend reality in their favor. Think about it. With enough money, you don't wait in line, you skip it. You don't follow rules, you write them. You don't respond to opportunities, you create them. They use money to build systems that print more money. Businesses, investments, teams. Money doesn't sit in their bank accounts. It moves, multiplies, and builds momentum. This mindset shift is everything. Because when you stop seeing money as a finish line and start seeing it as fuel, you stop running and you start building. Secret 2, they buy time, not things. While most people spend money trying to look rich, the ultra-rich spend money to buy back their time. They don't care about impressing anyone. They care about freeing themselves. That's why they outsource, automate, and delegate everything they can. Not because they're lazy, but because they understand this one truth. Time is the only currency you can't earn back. You can always make more money, but you'll never get back last Tuesday. And the ultra-rich know that every hour they waste doing something they could pay someone else to do is an hour stolen from their genius. They buy freedom from stress, freedom from tasks, freedom from anything that pulls them away from their highest value work, or from the people they love most. So while others are buying flashy cars, they're buying peace of mind. They don't need to cook if they can hire a chef. They don't clean if they can pay a housekeeper. They don't wait in line when they can book priority. Because the real flex is having time to think, time to create, time to live. And the sooner you start seeing your time as more valuable than your money, the closer you get to real wealth. Secret 3, they use debt to get rich. For most people, debt is a trap, a weight, a source of stress and shame. But for the ultra-rich, debt is a tool, a strategy, sometimes even a shortcut. They don't run from debt, they use it intelligently, deliberately, and always to build wealth, not to buy liabilities. Here's the secret. There are 2 types of debt. Bad debt takes money out of your pocket. Good debt puts money in. The ultra-rich only play with the second kind. They use other people's money, banks, investors, lenders, to acquire assets that generate cash flow, real estate, businesses, intellectual property. And they structure deals where the asset pays off the debt, not them. That's how someone can borrow millions and still sleep like a baby, because their debt is working for them, not against them. Meanwhile, the average person goes into debt to buy things that lose value the moment they walk out of the store: cars, gadgets, clothes. The rich go into debt to buy things that pay them every month. It's a total shift in mindset. Don't fear debt, master it. Learn its rules. Use it to scale. That's how the rich get richer, while everyone else stays stuck. Secret 4, they don't work for a salary. They work for equity. The average person wants a raise. The ultra-rich want ownership. While most people trade time for a paycheck, the ultra-rich trade value for a piece of the pie. They don't want to just earn income. They want to own the machine that creates income. This is why they start companies, invest in startups, or negotiate equity in businesses they help grow. They know that true wealth doesn't come from working more hours. It comes from owning the right assets, because a salary has a ceiling. But equity can explode. Think about it. Someone earning $100,000 a year might feel secure. But someone with 10% of a company that sells for $10 million? That's a $1 million payday for being in the right room at the right time with the right mindset. The ultra-rich also know that equity creates leverage. It builds long-term wealth that compounds. It gives you access to decision-making, influence, and often legacy. They focus on building or buying income streams they don't have to clock into. Because while a paycheck feeds you once, equity can feed your family for generations. So ask yourself, are you working for money or are you working to own the source? Secret 5, they invest in themselves before anything else. Before they buy stocks, real estate, or businesses, the ultra-rich invest in their mindset, skills, and environment because they understand something most people don't. You are the first asset. They spend thousands, sometimes millions, on coaches, mentors, masterminds, books, courses, and experiences that expand how they think and who they know. Not because they need more information, but because they crave transformation. They know that every level of wealth requires a different version of them. And if they don't grow, they won't keep up. While the average person sees self-education as optional, the rich see it as survival. They obsess over growth because they've seen the ROI, and it's exponential. One new mindset can lead to a 6-figure decision. One new connection can spark a 7-figure opportunity. One breakthrough can flip their entire financial future. And here's the key, they never stop. Even at the top, they're still learning, still evolving, still investing in their edge. Because they know, if you're not growing, you're shrinking. And if you want to attract more wealth, you need to become the kind of person who can handle it. Secret 6, they network with intention, not accident. The ultra-rich don't just meet people. They position themselves around power, influence, and opportunity. They understand that your network isn't just who you know. It's what you have access to. And here's the secret. The richest people in the world aren't the smartest. They're not always the most talented, but they're in the right rooms. Surrounded by people who think bigger, move faster, and expect more. They don't waste time in random circles. They cultivate high-level relationships with people who challenge them, sharpen them, and open doors that money alone can't. Think about it. One strategic connection can be worth more than 5 years of grinding in silence. Whether it's a business partner, investor, mentor, or even just someone who changes how they see the game, the ultra-rich invest in relationships before results. They go to private dinners. They join exclusive masterminds. They fly across the country for one conversation because they know access creates acceleration. And the best part? Anyone can start building this muscle. You don't need to be rich to build powerful connections, but you do need to be intentional. Stop networking to be liked. Start networking to grow. Secret 7. They protect and multiply wealth with intelligence. Making money is one game. Keeping is another. And the ultra-rich are masters of both. Most people think wealth is about how much you earn. The ultra-rich know it's about how much you keep, protect, and grow quietly. They don't just stash money in savings accounts. They set up trusts, holding companies, foundations, and sophisticated structures that shield their assets from taxes, lawsuits, and unexpected risks. They treat wealth like a fortress. Every wall built with strategy. But it doesn't stop at protection. They also make their money work harder than they do. They diversify across asset classes, real estate, private equity, intellectual property, commodities, even art. They understand risk, but they don't fear it because their wealth isn't exposed in one place. It's protected, multiplied, and positioned to grow regardless of the economy. Meanwhile, most people keep everything under their own name, in one bank account, hoping nothing goes wrong. That's not safety, that's vulnerability. The rich play defense and offense with the same intensity, because wealth isn't just about having more. It's about being untouchable when the storms come. Secret 8. They think in generations, not months. The ultra-rich don't just plan for next year. They plan for the next 100 years. While most people live paycheck to paycheck, hoping to make it to the end of the month, the ultra-rich make decisions that won't fully pay off until long after they're gone. Because their goal isn't just to get rich. It's to stay rich and make sure their kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids stay rich too. They build legacies, not just lifestyles. They write family constitutions. They teach their children about money early. They set up generational trusts, long-term investment vehicles, and succession plans that ensure the empire keeps growing, even when they're not here to see it. This is the mindset shift. They don't ask, what do I want now? They ask, what will my last name stand for in 50 years? And when you start thinking like that, everything changes. You stop chasing fast money and start building lasting value. You stop spending to feel good today and start investing in a future you'll be proud of. The rich understand that real wealth is measured in time, impact, and legacy, not just numbers in a bank account. So ask yourself, are you building something that dies with you or something that outlives you? Secret 9. They don't follow the crowd, they escape it. The ultra-rich didn't get where they are by following the rules everyone else follows. In fact, most of them got rich by breaking those rules. They don't take advice from people who aren't where they want to be. They don't follow trends. They create them. They don't ask for permission. They build paths where none existed. Most people look for safety in the crowd. The rich, they look for opportunity in isolation. They question everything. Why do we need to go to college to be successful? Why do we have to work 40 years to retire? Why do we save money in banks that barely beat inflation? They're not afraid to look crazy because they know most breakthroughs look insane before they look genius. When everyone is panicking, they stay calm. When everyone is greedy, they get cautious. They study patterns, predict behavior, and act before the masses even notice. And here's the real secret. By the time something becomes common knowledge, it's already too late to profit from it. The ultra-rich don't wait for confirmation. They trust their vision, and that's why they're always 10 steps ahead. So next time you feel pressure to follow the crowd, remember, wealth is rarely found where everyone else is looking. Secret 10. They build multiple streams of income automatically. To the ultra-rich, relying on a single source of income is like building a house with just one wall. It might stand for a while, but the moment the wind shifts, everything crashes. That's why they build multiple income streams, and not just active ones. They focus on creating automated, scalable, and diversified cash flows that keep paying them whether they're working, sleeping, or on vacation. They might have income from real estate, dividends, royalties, online businesses, intellectual property, licensing deals, all running in the background while they focus on their next move. It's not about hustle, it's about architecture. They design income like engineers, intentionally, with systems that don't need them 24/7. Meanwhile, most people have one job, one paycheck, and one plan. It feels safe until it's not. The ultra-rich live by a different code. Never let your lifestyle depend on one stream of income, because when money flows from multiple directions, you have power, you have peace. You have the freedom to walk away from anything that no longer serves you and never look back. And the best part? You don't have to be rich to start building this. You just need the mindset, the commitment, and the decision to stop trading time for money and start building something that pays you forever. Now you know what they won't tell you. 10 secrets the ultra-rich live by. Not because they're lucky or special or chosen, but because they chose to think differently. And now, so can you. But here's the truth. Knowing these secrets is enough. Applying them is where the transformation begins. You don't need millions to start. You just need a shift in mindset, in discipline, in the questions you ask yourself. Start by choosing one secret today. Just one. Apply it. Live it. Let it stretch your thinking, challenge your comfort, and build momentum. Because wealth doesn't arrive all at once. It compounds, decision by decision, day by day. And if you're ready to break out a cycle, to stop playing small, to stop surviving, and start building, then this is your moment. Hit that subscribe button. Share this video with someone who's ready to level up, and leave a comment below. Which of these secrets hit you the hardest? Because this isn't just about money. It's about freedom, legacy, and the life you were born to build. Your move,